The Kaluganga, which is one of the major rivers in Sri Lanka, begins at Adams Peak and flows so majestically through a number of exotic valleys and lush mountains, and finally embraces the sea at Kaluthara at the end of its long journey. The Kaluthara Bodhya is located at the southern end of the Kaluthara Bridge, where on one side is the 32nd sapling of the Sri Mahabodhya, which was planted 2,300 years ago, and on the other side is the magnificent Great Stupa, which holds the distinction of being one of the few stupas in the world which is hollow and can be accessed from inside. Anyone who passes by stops over to pay their respects and receive blessings at this sacred shrine, which stands so tall and proud, telling of an extraordinary and amazing story of its own history. Sunrise to sunset, the city of Kaluthara welcomes all with its own charm and warmth. On the way from Kaluthara toward Benthara, one would never miss the significant landmark of the Old Bridge and the Benthara River. Along this mystic river lies a cluster of luxury and semi-luxury hotels and resorts, offering a variety of pleasurable activities and attractions to both local and foreign tourists, making the Benthara River a very diversified tourist location. The traveller can meander through the islets and mangrove swamps. They may delve into the mangroves and sail through the tangled roots under the shelter of the shade provided by the trees and vines entangled against each other. Amidst these thick growths, one might spot aquatic birds such as heron, kingfishers, cormorants, as well as the monitors and crocodiles that wade through the water. This mystic river and uncharted mangroves surely will be an unforgettable adventure. From the estuary of the Benthara River, where it embraces the sea, the Moragalla Beach starts its exotic 4.5 kilometer stretch, which is well known as the Golden Mile, and ends at the Barberine Lighthouse. It comprises a wide and tranquil swath of sand that is home to one of the island's finest clusters of top-end luxury hotels and resorts, tastefully located and set at decent intervals from one another down the coast on a lovely, quiet length in one of the best beaches in the world, with golden sands and clear blue water, blessed with golden sun rays throughout the year. Come and enjoy a memorable walk through the Golden Mile. Bevis Frederick William Bawa was born in 1909 to a Sri Lankan father and to a mother of European origin. This handsome, larger-than-life figure at 6 feet 7 inches, Bevis's passion and skills in art and nature was also as impressive as his physique. The garden sits astride two low hills on a promontory which juts out into a brackish lagoon. This masterpiece of nature was architectured with narrow winding pathways through dense tropical foliage and runs up and down slopes and suddenly opens onto a staircase, a patio or a pond, or a strategically placed piece of sculpture. With his vast knowledge and passion for historical art and culture, which he always used in conjunction with his own creations, amazes even modern-day architects. In this stunning 5-acre tropical landscape near the town of Bempura, Bevis carved out this garden and designed a bungalow that became his legacy. Be amazed by this masterpiece, designed and crafted as a veritable Garden of Eden. The ancient writings of the travel journal of the famous Chinese traveler Bhikkhu Fa Hien, who arrived in Sri Lanka in the 5th century Common Era, reveals a wondrous cave which he had made his living quarters during his stay in Sri Lanka, and later the cave was named Pahiyangala. This cave is situated in a village known as Yatagampitiya in the Kalutara district. The entrance to the cave is about 150 feet in height, 175 feet wide, and measures 282 feet in length. It can safely accommodate about 3,000 people, even during a heavy shower of rain, and claims to be the largest rock cave in Sri Lanka. The carbon-14 tests in this archaeological excavation at this site confirms that this cave was used to shelter prehistoric man who lived about 37,000 years ago. Beautiful mountain ranges, the ancient temple, and the peaceful environment created by the extensive ranges of forests, multicolored foliage and greenery capture the eyes of any visitor. Make your next visit to the Pahiyangala cave and encounter the vibrancy of the past. The Markelia Falls is situated in the Kalutara district, about 8 kilometers along the Badurelia-Latpandura road, surrounded by a lush, beautiful village, Kelinkanda, with its exotic natural beauty, fauna and flora, and own splendor gifted by Mother Nature. The main income of this very hospitable village is found in paddy cultivation. Kelinkanda is more popular for the mystic Markelia waterfall. According to folklore in the village, an annual blessing puja is offered to the goddess Bhadrakali in the vicinity of the waterfall. It is said that the ace fighter Prince Vidyabandara was a very frequent user of this natural pool located by the waterfall, where he enjoyed the virgin beauty with the cascading waters, and he was later crowned as a regional ruler. When one looks from the top of this 30-foot waterfall, one can witness a rare and breathtaking scenery of a stretch of about 300 meters of Kukulekanga River, which flows further to join the Kaluganga while providing the motive force for the Kukulekanga hydroelectricity project. This enchanting spell of Mother Nature will surely be unforgettable. The city of Negombo is perfectly located, close to the Katunayake International Airport in Sri Lanka. Regarded as the traditional fishing town, where it offers a gourmet's delight with seafood available in plenty, with hundreds of traditional fishing craft called catamarans returning from the sea with a bountiful catch every time, has become a very common and pleasing sight for tourists. For centuries, it has been given the name Little Rome due to the highly ornate Portuguese era and Roman Catholic churches found within the township, with a majority of Roman Catholics, along with Buddhists, Hindus and Muslims living in mutual understanding and harmony. The wide stretches of sandy, golden beaches, water sports, sunbathing and diving are extremely popular, while many fun-filled outdoor activities, the safe sea and luxurious hotels of this west coastal city draws tourists in large numbers. The hospitality of Negombo offers the perfect destination with leisure and pleasure. Henaratgoda Botanical Gardens is an exotic garden uniquely situated 1.5 kilometers away from the city of Gampaha along the airport highway. It's also well known as the Asgiriya Botanical Garden. Extending up to 14.4 hectares, this splendid and exotic garden is surrounded by beautiful paddy fields and stunning Attanagalu Oya. In 1919, where the first imported rubber tree to Sri Lanka was planted here during the British rule. Later, surrounding that very rubber tree, the land was converted into its present garden, and it still carries the evidence of that historic link to the evolution of Sri Lanka's economy. With its own breathtaking and eye-catching landscape, properly designed with many shrubs and bushes, the garden has more than 450 species and varieties of tropical flowers, orchids and beautiful trees. The Asgiriya Garden offers a wide range of facilities and opportunities for relaxation, while the water sports in the Attanagalu Oya gives fun-filled, unforgettable memories to all its visitors. Choose your next vacation to walk through the paths of Asgiriya. A few minutes' drive from the busy city of Gampaha will take you to this priceless cultural heritage situated in the peaceful Pilikuttua Forest Monastery. This is the only clay stupa in Sri Lanka. This giant creeper spreads through a huge area and in size is said to be second only to the one at Singharaja Forest. According to ancient stone inscriptions, this cave was donated by a person named Agni in the 3rd century BC, and the Pilikuttua cave complex includes some 99 caves. This rock is very famously known as the Kaungala. King Valagamba used this as his hideout and a fortress to regroup his army. This dramatic rock formation is called Balumgala, the viewpoint, where they kept an eye on invaders, as one can see the entire surrounding area from this giant rock. Pilikuttua proudly claims to be home to a rare wooden bridge in Sri Lanka. Furthermore, this temple is very famous for its original sculptures, statues and frescoes, which belongs to the ancient Kandyan era, as well as the Dutch and British artifacts. Walk amidst a great civilization once ruled by mighty kings. Feel to believe. Visit Western Province.